Hi everybody, we're back. Emmy and Laura. We got cut off on the last video, so we're going to pick it up where we left off. I was showing this Disney card candy, and it's just real simple. There's one of the faux flares, and there's a little magic title, and a little button, and a paper clip, and I think it's an inchy? Yeah, Wrenchy? No, Wrenchies are round. Anyway, so there's that. And then this is one of the 2 card swaps again. This one was for, I don't remember what the theme was. It may have been 4th of July, but anyway, so there's that. And I used some honeybee scrap stamps on there. And this is, I believe, authentic paper line. And I just made a little piece of card candy. And I think I actually cut out letters that said USA on those as well. Okay, this was a Denim Swap with Carrie. This is a W+9 pocket with the flowers. I saw a similar layout to this on Pinterest, and I just thought it was so cute. And I just cut letters out, put little pearls in there. And then on the top, I did a little denim flower cut. I figured they could cut that out, you know, put it on something. And then this was a jar swap, just a vintage paper. I think it was in one of the Hobby Lobby paper pads with a piece of lace and a button. And I cut the jar, paper tray ink, I believe, paper tray ink stamp. I like it. I like vintage, so. And then this was a strawberry swap, and I just embossed the paper. I think it was with a wood grain, and then I cut it out in strips and I wove it, and I cut this with my one of my Fiskars decorative edge. And then obviously these are punches, different punches, and the strawberries actually were a heart. I made a little sign and put some seam binding on it. This is one of my favorite cards. I just think that turned out so cute, and I did some card candy to go with that too, but I don't have it sitting here. And this was a flip-flop swap. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but I used the, excuse me, Stardust gel pen, and then there's little rhinestones. It says, if I can't wear my flip-flops, I ain't going. I made that especially for Emmy because that's her and her flip-flops. That turned out real cute. And then this one, gosh, this is from a long time ago, and hopefully you'll be able to see it. But this was I think it's a man journal swap, and I just did a little tag to go on the back. But that's a cute little digital image. I don't even remember where I got it. I want to say Dollar Graphics Depot. And then, excuse me, I cut out the ketchup and the mustard, and I glossy accented that, and then I put the little splashes, and I glossy accented those. And then I squirted out some fabric paint and colored it with my Copic to make it look like the mustard. And those are punches, and then I just colored over the design with that same Stardust gel pen. And then I think I glossy accented the grill, and I added the bow tie. But that I thought turned out really cute. Give me all those. Okay, and then this one was from a recent swap. This was a Foodie Swap, and this is a Sweet Stamp Shop stamp, I believe. And just real simple. This paper I've had forever. It was Cosmo Cricket. And I just loved the little vegetables, so I didn't really want to cover them up, but I, you know, left a little space for journaling or just date stamp or whatever, a little bit of twine. So that I thought turned out real cute. This is also I included in the Foodie Swap. This was a printable that I shrank down, so it looks like one of the dinner tickets. And I stamped this, this, and this. Those were all 3 separate stamps. One of them was this is a Gossamer Blue, and that may have been Gossamer Blue too. But then it flips up, and you can journal on the inside. I think that's sweet. I think these are Sweet Stamp Shop. Just a little something, a little freebie to go in with that. Go ahead, you keep counting. This was from a freebie that I put in with one of the little boy swaps, I think. This is a little truck, a Stampin' Up truck. and you can stamp different things in the bed of it. And I'm just put a little flag on there. I just thought that was, excuse me, very simple, but I mean, it just was so cute. Hopefully that'll focus. There it goes. This was one I was just messing around with, doing some watercolors. I had cut these suns for, I don't know, something else on the Cricut, and I wanted to mess with some watercoloring, so I kind of watercolored the sun and then put it on a watercolor background, which is kind of cool looking. I don't really do a lot of mixed media, but that's kind of what it reminds me of. And then, oops, excuse me, this was a day trip and swap. I had this as a digital print. Excuse me. I had that printed out really small for license plate, and I popped it up, and I fussy cut the car out, and I put the gel pen on the headlights again, and then this pulls out for journaling. They have lots of space for journaling. It was simple, but I mean, I think it looks really cute. It's fun. Excuse me. And then this was a football swap, and what I did was, this is cut on the Cricut, and these I cut some myself, and then these were ones that I had, but I didn't have quite enough of them. This is a stamp from, I believe, My Favorite Things. But for what I did with the swap is I did the white and the green layering, but on the back I cut the cards down so that they can put their own 3x4 coloring behind there to match, you know, their team or their pages, because, you know, obviously we're Alabama, excuse me, Alabama Roll Tide, so I have the crimson color on the back. And I believe I put in a little jersey that goes with this set too, so they got this and then a little jersey in their card. And then this was a My Favorite Stamp swap with Melissa, and these are close to my heart stamps right here. This one I'm not sure. I actually think this is a Hero Arts. Then this is an actual piece of a vintage dictionary that I have. It's actually, the paper's actually kind of started to yellow, and I glossy accented the typewriter, and then this pulls out so they can journal a little bit on there, and then there's another saying on the back if they, you know, don't want that. And this is just a piece out of a border. It's actually a heart border punch. And I glued on there and then glossy accented. And this one my daughter actually did, 16, well she's 17 now, for a Doctor Who swap. And what she did was we got an image online, and she fussy cut the angels out of black cardstock, and then, which took forever, she layered this piece of vellum. I printed the Don't Blink on there for her, but then she used the washi to hold the vellum down on top of it. So that turned out, I thought, pretty cool. She did a good job. And then this was a We Go Together swap, and I got the Lawn Fawn Cookies and Milk. Actually, I did a pretty good job coloring that. I'm not real good with the markers. Those are Spectrum Noirs. And, excuse me, that's an MFT die that I just cut part of the doily off. I just made a little banner, tied a little twine on there. But I thought that turned out pretty sweet. And then we've got this set right here. I did a couple different pieces to go with this. This was a doily swap, so I used this paper doily. And this I had seen a layout like this on Pinterest, and I really liked it. So that's what that, and then I sent a little piece of card candy to go with it. And then this one, this little journaling thing pulls out. It's a little belly band. They all kind of match. This was a different swap. This was actually an embossed swap. And then this is a little piece of card candy that if they want to take another piece, I think I gave them another piece of this, they can put it on the card and do another belly band. I try to always add, if I can add a little something to make it match so they can kind of draw the layout out or whatever, I like to do that. This one was a Netflix and Redbox, yes, swap with Teresa. And she actually does videos on here too, process videos on making your own cards. She's got some good ones, and I'll put the link below for her channel. I thought this was really funny. I saw this, I think it was on a t-shirt. on Pinterest. It says I will just watch one, and it says episode, and then the episodes keep changing into season, which is what we do. We sit down and we find a show we like, and we just don't want to turn it off. But those are some rhinestones that I had. I didn't have any black, and I want to look like knobs, so I just colored them with my my black Copic. And that's the little thing I printed out, and then I colored it in with the white gel pen. And I printed this out on vellum to put it over there. This kind of reminded me of the things that they used to have on TV when the TV would shut off. But it turned out pretty cute. And then this was a swimming swap. And I'd seen these little fish on Pinterest. Somebody had done little fish. And I thought, I'm going to try to do that big. So I used my die cutter and cut big circles. These are actually primitive hearts, and then the great big googly eyes. I've been wanting to use those forever. And then of course we've got the rhinestones, and I colored those because I didn't have any in the blue that I wanted to match, and I just printed the Eat My Bubbles and popped that up. It turned out real cute, a little 4x4. And then this was a lemon or lemonade swap, and these are little digital prints, and these little stamps are Peachy Keen. And then I just printed that out on the computer, and the lemon was the printable, and I just put stickles over the lemons. And then this was an actual straw, and I just cut them down and tied some of the pink twine on it. So I thought that turned out really cute. And then this one was a recent swap as well. This was a My Mind's Eye card. And this isn't mischievous. This is a My Mind's Eye, and I popped up the fussy cut the pumpkins. Because it came on the sticker sheet, and so I copied the sticker sheet and I fussy cut the pumpkins and then popped them up, and I just made a little banner. I love the little scallop circle banners, and then some twine. I figured they can tie it or do whatever they want with it, so I left it kind of long. And I think I put some extras with this one too, but then I stickled a couple of their eyes, so that turned out pretty cute. Give me the other one that goes with that, sweetie. Thank you. And then this was one, I think we had a challenge on we had an online crop, and we go to Sonic when they have the half price shakes like all the time. My daughter recently was working there, as a matter of fact, but we'll drive over there just to get the half price shakes. And so I made a little shake. I don't know if you can see that, but I kind of glittered it, and I stickled the piece of paper, and then I put vellum over it, so that I could have the straw look like it was behind the glass. And then that's the cherry, and I glossy accented that. And I actually stamped this. I have a grid stamp, so I stamped my own little grid. And then that was everybody's favorite. And I just used a little dollar, I think they're on the Michael's Dollar Spot. I think I got some at Walmart with the little alphabet stamps. So everybody told me what their favorite half price shake was. That was a fun one. And then this is a Happy Mail swap that we did. And this was, oh my gosh, this card took so long. I know it probably doesn't look very complicated, but it took me forever. I was having problems stamping this. And I glittered that, you know, fussy cut it and popped it up. And then I stamped the mailbox on, this denim is actually a background stamp. So I stamped the background stamp, and then because I wanted the colors all to match. And then I had to fussy cut the front of the mailbox and the flag. And then this was die cut, and there's a couple layers. But anyway, I thought for Happy Mail, that turned out really cute. And they can put a little picture in there, or they can put, you know, journaling or whatever. And I think I sent some of this paper. This was the actual Pen Pal paper that I got from Michael's in the Hot Buys. I really like that paper. It's really cute. And then this one was from this past swap too. This is, it was Taco Tuesday. So I cut this on my fast food Cricut cartridge, and I used embossed paper. And let's see, I actually wound up, I think, having to hand cut this for some reason. I don't remember now, but the other things I cut on my Cricut. And this is a, this is a Treasure Box Designs face, and then a little Teresa Collins enamel dot, and then I just printed this on the computer and cut it into a little flag. And this paper is actually funny because I asked everybody, what kind? I had 3 different kind of papers, and everybody's like, that looks like nachos. So that's an old basic gray line. That turned out cute. And then this was a, I want to say barbecue swap. I've seen these aprons on Pinterest, like all different kind of aprons, and I wanted to be kind of manly, so I did a black with the craft. And then these were on a Jolie sticker that I got at Walmart, like a grilling one. So I fussy cut those, and some of them had ketchup and mustard, and some of them had barbecue, and some of them had, I don't know, whatever. This is a pull-out journaling card, and I used the same thing. I had the stickers copied. I do that a lot at Office Depot, because they look, I mean, they're almost exactly like the sticker, and I have them printed on cardstock, so they're nice and thick. But this is one of the honeybee scraps right there, 2 of her stamps, and then that's those dollar letter stamps. So that turned out pretty cute. That's a 4x6. And then this is just a plain one, and this one I felt bad because I had intended, this was supposed to get a fly, like 3-dimensional fly sticker on it, which I think would have made it really, really cute. I was going to kind of stick it up here. This is a paper that I've had for a long time. It was like a matching coordinating paper, and I popped the frog up, and then I cut these letters with my Avriel letters. But when I pulled the stickers out, they were fireflies. They weren't flies, and I had to send the swap off. So it kind of made me mad, but because it would have been really cute if it would have one of those 3-dimensional flies. But I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's just not very exciting. And then this was a cooking swap, and this was another one that really kind of frustrated me because I used some of this paper from Hobby Lobby, and the colors didn't match anything. It was horrible, but it had these cool recipe cards. So I cut the recipes, I fussy cut around the recipe cards, and then I backed them on the straight paper. And I cut this on my Cricut, the little spoon and the pot. And I was going to cut, they had little measuring cups and what was some of the other things, and I ran out of metallic silver paper. So this was pretty much it. And I think I included some little of the paper cards, and they got some other stuff with it. But I cut out what's cooking letters and included that in there out of the paper so it would match. So you can put what's cooking. I didn't want to put it on there. But I mean, it looks okay. It just is one that I was a little disappointed with because it didn't quite turn out like I envisioned. Which is kind of frustrating. And then this one right here, it's got a lot of pieces. Oh goodness. Okay. This one was paper tray ink. What all did I do for this? I think what they actually got was a card like this in the swap. They got this one, but on the blue paper. And then I made this as a little piece of card candy to go with it. But what I thought would be cute, and then I made these little tags to go with them too. But I made the little banners to include. So if they wanted to put a little banner that said, happy on there, well, you can't even see this one. But if they wanted to put, a little happy tag on there, they could. These took forever too. This one especially that has that little, the cutout border, and then you got to piece the little things in there. Anyway, that one was real pretty, and I love those colors. So, all right, well, that's all I have to show you guys for right now. And yep, thank you for watching. If you have any questions or whatever, leave them below. And if you liked it, give me a thumbs up. See y'all later.